If you follow Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast or watch all of our episodes, you would know that our friends at Hargrove Roofing are proud supporters of Stories Inside the Man Cave. Well, they're also proud supporters of University of Texas Longhorn Athletics. So much so that they are now NIL partners. Bert Auburn has a strong leg. He has a great head of hair, and he will now partner with Coach at the Hargrove Roofing office off of Ashdale. You will soon hear Auburn say that famous slogan, Hargrove Roofing, know who's on your roof. In the meantime, if you need an estimate, call 512-645-3202 or visit the website, hargroveroofing.com. Stevie Lee. Man, another episode. We're up to, 371. And this one is going to be a lot of fun. We've got some true insight from behind the walls of DKR with this football program as they enter the SEC, their last summer before their first SEC experience.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to talking to these guys. And you guys stay tuned. It's going to be fun. For sure.
That's right. Hey, that's right, man. And so, without further ado, Stevie Lee, let's ride. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Episode 371, man, I cannot believe we're approaching episode 400. And, before we get going and introduced to these fine, esteemed, accomplished young men, Stevie Lee, we don't say it enough, but the folks at Hargrove Roofing are like family. And Stevie Lee, there's a reason why you're the spokesperson, because you say one line the best way. You do it even better than the Hargroves themselves.
Hargrove Roofing, know who's on your roof.
There you go. Hey, be sure to like our social media platforms, that being TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, which, you're probably watching this on Facebook or YouTube or the Instagram, and Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it, on whatever day of the week it may be. But, before we truly introduce these guys, we got to introduce them the right way. And this is the only way. Stevie Lee, he has his own box on the right, but joining our Brady Bunch boxes, we're too short of 6. But Peter Mpagi, former defensive lineman for the Longhorns, and David Gbenda, current linebacker for the Longhorns. And guys, thanks for joining us, because these are two amazing, inspiring stories, not just because they play for Texas or played, but they've got a lot of wisdom to pass along. And trust me, these two guys are characters as well, man. I appreciate you both for making time for us.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us.
It's somebody's birthday, and I didn't mean to block out your face, Peter, but it's happy B-Day weekend to Peter Mpagi. First off, how do you sum up this weekend? Because it was all over Instagram. You're out on Lake Austin, it looked like. Can you even discuss how you guys celebrated?
Yes, I can discuss how we celebrated. It was a great birthday. I got some hometown friends and some former teammates to celebrate my birthday. We went on a boat, and then we had dinner at Fogo de Chao.
Nice.
And then we had a great night out at a place called Mayfair. So all in all, it was a great fun weekend with my friends.
And Stevie, I mean, if you ever need birthday celebration planning, there's your guy right there. He's the man. He's the man of all.
Man. Sounds like a bro weekend, bro. Like it's you go get some steaks, fill up on steaks at Fogo de Chao, and then head over to Mayfair. Mayfair can get pumping over there, man.
Yes, sir.
I like Mayfair. Did you have a table? Did you get a bottle service?
Yes, sir. We did have a section.
It's the only way to do it over there, man.
Yes, sir.
It's good stuff.
Well, first, guys, this is people think because it's the summertime that you guys are just chilling, taking it easy, vacationing, but so far from the truth. Yeah, of course, celebrating birthdays, that's one thing, but the state of Texas football, this is the last. I mean, right now it's all SEC, it's all everything getting ready, but trying to give the fans, tell them what you guys are. Your daily routine is not kicking back and relaxing and enjoying the summer. And we'll start with you, David.
The daily routine entails of me waking up at 5, starting out with workouts at 6, and her workout usually entails of just a nice little warm up for 10 to 15, but that's what Coach Beckton wants you to think. It's not a nice little warm up. It's a really strenuous warm up that gets you activated and acclimated to what we have to do for the day. And then we work out for we run for a good hour or a good 45 minutes usually. And then we're in the weight room for another 30 to 45 minutes. Then after that, I usually begin my process of recovery, and that entails stretching with our assistant coaches. Coach James usually gets that in with me. Then I usually cold tub, hot tub for a couple minutes, just alternating between the two because that's good for my legs. Because what we do isn't easy, and I have to always make sure I'm on top of my recovery. Then I might go into the training room for a little bit if I have a nick or bruise here or there. But after that, get in with my coach. Coach Johnny Nansen. He's been a very good addition to the staff, and he's been a really great guy and a really great linebacker coach for me. And we usually chop it up for a little bit. He tells me what I need to work on for the day, and then go on and watch film. And then that's usually what the day entails for me. And then it's a rinse and repeat process, but you can't get too tired with the minute details because the minute details make the big difference.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So you can have FaceTime with your coach right now, huh?
Yeah, I could call him any time of the day. He's very available and open, and he's really big on making sure he's correct so that he can help us grow. He's really big on helping us become the best that we can be on and off the field.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I learned. The great ones actually study the game, and if you can get in there and study the game with your coach, that makes you even better, man. So keep it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, Peter, I was going to ask you, and we'll tell you why he had a life-altering event. We're going to talk about that here shortly, but you're still very much a part of all this. I mean, you and David, best friends, your brothers, so to speak. You guys both, and Stevie, we've watched it from afar. You know a little. You guys have gone through a ton of changes. But for you, Peter, watching it, you lived it. What's happening right now with this football program? What is that maybe fans aren't aware of that makes you really proud to be a Longhorn and the direction this program has been going?
Yeah, I'd say from my freshman year to now, I've seen a lot of changes, and I think coaching definitely has to deal with that. And I think the inclusiveness of the guys on the team, I get to see it's very much more player-led throughout the years as they've been getting better. I think whenever I got there, I feel like the coaches had the reins, but as the years gone by, while I've not been playing, I feel like it's been player-led, and a lot of people are getting together, and they're just getting along better. And they're excited to go out there and compete with each other. I feel like when I was there, I felt like a little drag. It felt like a job not to be out there on the field, but now they're excited and ready to go. And then as you win, it's more fun. More people want to help the culture and just let the culture just be better. And the fans are having fun too. So I think that's the biggest thing, that everyone's smiling. And once everyone's smiling, you have motivation to be the greatest version of yourself for sure.
No, that's good stuff, man. That's good. So I wanted to kind of get into, when you got there, the events that happened to where you are right now. Can you get into that for us?
Yeah, for sure. So I graduated high school in December of 2018. So I graduated high school early to come to Texas because they told me that would be like the best chance to get ahead of everyone. So when I got there, I mean, I was 220 when I got there, and then it took me like 3 or 4 months, and I got to 260. I was just eating a lot and pumping a lot of iron. So I got 260, and then when I got there, I'll be honest, I was not the best. I didn't have the confidence. I feel like I overthought stuff too much, so I wasn't playing to my best of my abilities. So I was put on scout team, and then whenever I was put on scout team, I was going against Sam Cosme, who's a current guard, I feel, for sure, for the Commanders. And I was just going against them each practice and getting better, and then I was getting my confidence. And whenever you can whenever you can do full speed on scout team and like piss off the coaches, I feel like that's the best feeling.
No
So
question.
I was always in Sam's face, and one time I actually hit his arm, and they all just stared at me like I was crazy. But then Sam said, "Good hit, bro," and I was like, "Okay." And so then, I mean, as I was doing scout team, I was getting better, and then I had a feeling I was like, "Yeah, next year's gonna be my year." And then, unfortunately, during that fall of 2019, my heart started to have complications, and then I had to get chest X-ray, and then whenever I had a chest X-ray, they saw I was enlarged, and so the whole time that I was playing, my my heart was enlarged, and I had shortness of breath. So I'm over here squatting like 400 pounds, and after I do like 4 or 5 reps, I'm just like out of breath before I could do that easily. And then practices were really hard. I remember I was getting very short of breath during the stretch part of practice, and I was telling them, and then they felt like the best thing to do was to give me an asthma inhaler. So I think that helped a little bit. And then once I had to go in the hospital, once they found out what was the cause, and then from there on, it was a hard journey. And then I had to get my heart transplant. And from the heart transplant on, I feel like I've gotten better, and I've been trying to be the best blessing I can to other people and motivate them and inspire them through the Lord also, because I'm very big in my faith. So I try to use God as a way to, inspire these people and be a living testimony.
Hey, David, I was going to ask you. You guys have old enough and had enough experience to realize certain things in life happen to position us to see life a certain thing, or let go of things we have no control over. But when this happened, Peter, and what did it do? How did this affect you and the team? Because obviously, fans and people like me, we don't have the true pulse of what it's like. I mean, that's for me. Would I be fair to say that? I mean, that would scare the hell out of me if one of my teammates experienced that. If I would have been a part of that team, I mean, what was that like for you watching him experience that? Because that could have been easily tragic.
It was a very hard thing to watch, but it also showed me how resilient and strong he was. But at the same time, it showed me that the God that I serve, there's no God like him, because he was able to help Peter go through this transition. Because at first we didn't really understand what it was, and I couldn't believe it, because people would tell me that with this type of situation that it would lead to him having to get a heart transplant. I never thought it would get to this point. But honestly, it was a rough a couple of months for him and both me as well, just struggling to deal with my own issues and also having to watch my friend go through probably one of the hardest battles of his life, and just having to understand and see that, man, like there's a possibility that he can make it out there, make it out of the situation, and just never trying to let that thought cross my mind, but also trying to be realistic about the percentages of all the things. It was just a lot. It was very tough, but there was a lot of prayer involved with my mother, and just a lot of information being said, because she's a nurse as well. So she was very well informed of his situation. But it was tough. But God got him through this. And like he said, like Peter says, it really did show he was a living testimony, and just allowed me to really also have another reason to be grateful from the Lord that he was able to help my best friend get through this hard process.
That's good stuff.
No, that's beautiful. So, Peter, it's not as easy as you guys make it sound. You just can't find a heart donor. I mean, that process. I mean, were you ever concerned, like, man, this may not happen?
Yeah, there's definitely times that, I'll be honest, I just didn't want to be alive. Like I just thought it was too much. I did tell my mom that, and it was really hard for her to hear that. But she was the reason I kept moving. I feel like at one point I was just so weak, and it was just a lot for me at such a young age to like, go through all this, and all I've been wanting to do is just play football at my dream school. So I think that was pretty hard, like fathoming that. I mean, I did have a lot of like mental health issues during like the 2021 like season, but I could mask it well. I mean, I just made sure like to cheer the guys on. It was really hard watching them for sure in the stands, like during the 2020 season and 2021, because I thought those could have been my years to, get my best self chance of getting drafted. So that was pretty rough and hard for me.
I am not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm just a person that votes. You are not just a football player. You are a person. You are a child of God. So don't get caught up in the identity of being I wanted to be a football player and that's all I wanted to be. But you're much, much bigger and much more than just a football player. And I mean, you can still, accomplish a lot of your goals and go on and have a beautiful, healthy life without football, or in a different capacity of football, not just playing on the field. So don't get caught up in identity foreclosure is what they call it. Just because you're not on the field, people get caught up with just, even though I'm not on the field, I'm not anything anymore. That's not true. You are a child of God. You are a person that's inspiring people as well. So I'm inspired by your story right now too. So just keep it up, man. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. That you look at this collage here. I mean, first and foremost, you did find the mental fortitude to graduate despite all that. I mean, that I don't think most people could stay focused and achieve what you did in that middle photo.
Yeah.
And then your guy over here, Gbenda, it looks like you're on the subway in New York City.
New York.
Is that
what are y'all doing in New York City, man?
We were with our old teammate Moro Gemmo. He showed us a grand time in New York. So
New York.
We took that photo.
Man, I love New York.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun time.
Yeah, we loved it too. Yeah, we did enjoy it. It was our first time going.
Yeah.
So it was a really fun, wonderful time.
Yeah.
I love the bottom right. It's after the Alabama win, Gbenda in the middle, Pudge on the left. It looks like Jet Bush on the right. And can y'all even remix that dance he had in that locker room that day? Was it that night when he was swift kicking that right leg?
No, that was a different game. I'm pretty sure that was the whatever game they had near Thanksgiving. I forgot what game that was.
Oh, was it Texas Tech?
I think Tech. Yeah, that was Tech. He was doing the dance.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. These pictures, man. It reminds me, and I wanted to also make another statement, man. The people that you guys meet in that locker room are going to be some of your best friends for life, man. So. I went to the University of Texas with my best friend from high school, Philip Geiger. He played DB. He was a safety, and I am Uncle Stevie to his kids, and my kids are Uncle. He's Uncle Philip to him, and he lives up here by me. We get together just about every week for lunch, and just know that those guys are your friends for life. And then when you guys graduate, you'll get your T ring. You'll also have brothers for life, man. The T Association is awesome. I love leaning on my friends from the T Association. So, coming to the University of Texas is special, but the life after football, life after school is even more special, man. I love going to the stadium. We have our own section that they give us, and I see all my old teammates, and I see other people from that's way older than me and know me, and then kids that are way younger than me that are graduated that know me, and we all just kind of hang out and gel together. So you guys experience all that stuff after a while. So just congratulations on graduating, Pete. And when did you graduate, Dave?
I already did. Same time as you did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's gonna have like 4 degrees
congrats,
before it's all said and
awesome.
done.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
We're going to be calling him Dr. Gbenda here pretty soon. Oh, hey, one thing before I wanted to show a piece of video related to that bottom right photo, but one thing that I think a lot of people forget, because you guys have seen a ton of change in just college athletics, period, to the student athlete that only you guys can live. I mean, when you try to articulate and tell people about the changes in your 4 to 6 years. And everybody thinks, well, no, NIL is great. Transfer portal, wonderful. You guys have more, not so much power, but you have more control of your path. But is there any way to describe what you guys went through and that it's not all glamorous as one may think it is?
I would say with the addition of NIL, like you said earlier, I am very thankful, and I know a bunch of collegiate athletes have benefited from the use of name, image, and likeness. And I'm thankful to the One Fund and Coach Stark for helping me and my family out and all the other athletes out. But with the addition of NIL, it is a new added. It is something new that athletes have to deal with. And Coach Sark himself, he's talked to the team that he doesn't want it to become a distraction. He is very happy for us that it is a new addition, and he's glad we're able to have this opportunity. But he doesn't want he wants the main thing to be the main thing on the team. He doesn't want egos to be inflated and stuff like that. So he just wants everyone to be well kiltered and just to have the same sort of mindset and hunger. But with the addition of NIL, it's sort of athletes are introduced to the business world of things. You know, you have to deal with taxes and just brand partnerships and all the things that you would have to deal with as a professional athlete. So it is a lot, but at the same time, it's a wonderful addition, I feel like, honestly, because with the new addition, I've been able to do so much more and be able to experience so much more things and meet new people. So
that's how we all met.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
because of nonprofits.
Exactly. So
FYI, these guys are incredibly active in the community. I just wanted to put that out there all the time.
Man, you got to be. You got to be, man. I remember growing up with the saying that it takes a village to raise a child. So it's always, for me, it's always like been a thing to always give back to others who helped, help me, just get to where I'm at today and become the person I am. So being able to give back and help has been an amazing opportunity that I've been blessed with.
Peter, Stevie, you and I talk about what he just talked about, mentioning the NIL, the opportunities. But Peter, what has it done for you? I mean, as far as balancing and managing your schedule.
Yeah, I'd say like the experience of having a student athlete is that I feel like if I didn't go through all that, I wouldn't be able to be motivated to wake up in the morning. I like working out, so whenever I go work out in the morning, I won't feel like I'm still playing football and I'm still going to go work out. It's just me by myself, but I mean that's all the motivation I need to wake up, just to go work out, make myself feel better, my body, my heart. So I feel like, and being organized too, I think having a schedule and know what you're going to do. I personally have a to-do list of what I need to do in a day. And I feel like that's my little teamwork. So that's what they have to check off whenever they go in the facility and do X, Y, and Z. So I have my own way of my little to-do list. I write it down of what I have to do. And I make sure to eat my lunch. I track what I eat because I'm just a nerd like that. So I make sure to get enough protein in and where I can have, good, strong muscles. So I feel like everything I went through for a student athlete definitely helped. And also networking. I feel like networking is a big thing. I've met a lot of great people like y'all just through, little events. So I think that's very important. We had, I forgot what it's called, but it's a system where students are allowed to meet business owners and all that. So I think the networking aspect of being a student athlete also helped me meet a lot of great people to help me do a lot of great things I've done in my life. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity experience.
Stevie, you can relate to that. I mean, because of that schedule, even though NIL didn't exist in your era, it has helped you become who you are, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Being a student athlete, we have to juggle workouts. Well, we talked about it a little bit. We have to juggle workouts, have to juggle school, and then juggling managing your body, with nutrition and rest and things like that. So doing all of that while in school and young helped me all to transition into the business world was kind of easy for me. Believe it or not, I when I wake up in the morning after I got done playing, I went straight from the University of Texas locker room to an office with 4 women. like overnight, right? I see y'all's faces, right? So we lost Peter.
He's gonna jump right back. I think
yeah. So I'm in the office and I wake up in the morning and I go to the office, but then I get done with everything that I need to get done, and it's still like 7 more hours during the day. I'm like, what else do I need to do? So being a student athlete is just boom, 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 boom. You got something to do, homework, something, always. But when you get out into the business world, it was like I got all my stuff done. Now what I do, So what I did is I went ahead and got married and started having kids. So yeah, man.
So crazy thing before we talk about the hype that SEC is that you guys are about to live. I mean, it's amazing. Stevie has the picture perfect family. His wife was a cheerleader at Texas while he was playing at Texas. So, the big dream matchup, who was your matchmaker, Stevie?
Rod Babers, actually.
Oh, wow.
Rob Babers was the matchmaker. He introduced us. We were at Ken Solving back then. I don't know these guys know what Ken Solving is, but it's an all-girls dorm. So, yeah, in the summertime when we came back for summer school and summer workout, they actually put the football players in that dorm. So it was co-ed during the summer, but during the year it was all girls. It's a setup for a disaster. So luckily I found my wife over there though.
Well,
yeah, luckily I found my wife and she's great. We've been married for what? Next month will be 18 years.
Man, congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So you go to Ken Solving if you're trying to find a spouse, bro.
And every now and then when they are out together, which they're on the town a lot. So every now and then somebody will ask him if his wife is his daughter.
I get it a lot, man. I get it a lot. So it's all good, man. It's a compliment to me. I married well, I guess.
Yeah, good genetics.
Real good compliment.
Well, the football side of this, I mean, you're going through the protocol. This is the slowest part of the year. This is where the hype build up. This is where coaches would love for their players to stay off Twitter and social media because everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's in everyone's ear. So in Destin, Florida recently, the SEC meetings, coaches from all sports, including your head coach, Steve Sarkisian, he was asked about all the changes that have taken place at UT in a short period of time.
From the moment I got this job at Texas, we were still almost operating under the old ways. Mm-hmm. And here comes the transfer portal. Here comes NIL. Here comes conference realignment. Now here comes a new settlement. Now there's talk of potential roster size being reduced. But through it all, you have to adapt, right? And if we don't adapt, we aren't going to be here.
I mean, all three of you are creatures of adaptation. For Peter and David, I mean, we don't see it. People like me just get excited about it. But have you guys experienced or felt that need to rush and prepare differently? How does that work for you guys as a player or former players as you enter the SEC?
Realistically, with us entering the SEC, everybody already doesn't like us. Everybody wants to beat us for everybody's Super Bowl. So we already understand the severity of each game we play, and we have a goal. We want to go to the national championship. So we understand that each game is realistically do or die. And coming into a new league, new SEC league, that not everyone's going to be too keen on us just entering the league and. You know what I'm saying? Texas is coming in thinking they're going to roll over everybody. So I understand that the SEC and the SEC teams, they're not really too highly on us. But it's a challenge that I'm glad I get to experience and be a part of because I came to Texas to be challenged and I didn't want it to be easy. So that's why I came here. I wanted to be the best and play the best. So us joining the SEC was the best thing I've heard so far. It was probably the most exciting thing I've heard because we got rivalries like the A&M rivalry. I'm going to get to play against Georgia, Florida at home, get to play against Oklahoma, and even now as we see the two flags up there. But as I was saying, but just to play that game again in an even bigger stage in a bigger league, it just amplifies that rivalry even more. So it's honestly the SEC hype. It's amazing, but like you said earlier, Sean, we try not to read too much in the press clippings. We try to keep the main thing, and just earn the right to play those opponents because every team in the SEC, it's great talent, great competition. They're all very well coached. So for us to go in that league, we have to be on our P's and Q's, and we work right now for the right to be able to play these teams and earn the right to win. And so realistically, you're saying this is a downtime, but in reality, this is a time where we earn it. We earn the right. It's not downtime, it's work time. That's how we look at it, and that's how the team is looking at it right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The summertime is where you start to win right now. And so Sean and I have talked about this, man, and maybe you guys can speak on it a little bit. We got the A&M game back. That's a rivalry game, right? You mentioned rivalry games. We got OU rivalry game. A lot of people, a lot of you young guys was kind of, I'm not saying you guys, but some of the young guys are skipping over Arkansas. Arkansas was a huge rival back in the day.
Southwest Conference, right?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You got the history buff over here. So
smart guys, man.
Yeah. So don't sleep on that game because and being an athlete, and you guys know this, rivalry games hit different.
Yes.
We can watch film and we will watch film and do all this stuff, but something about a rivalry game, especially that Red River rivalry in Dallas, everything goes out the window, and is what happens between the lines. You know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to Arkansas, they're going to come out on fire. The last time we played them, I played them. I only lost one game in DKR Stadium, and that was against Arkansas. Houston Nutt was their coach then. And then so the next year, my senior year, we go up to Arkansas to play them. They hate us up there.
Yes.
Just know that. They hate you up there. And it felt personal. You know what I'm saying? It was even more than the OU game, honestly.
Oh, wow.
And so it felt personal up there. So when you go up there, just know they ain't gonna like y'all at all.
Last time we were up there, that game, exactly everything you said. We felt we went in there. We lost to them. Sadly, it wasn't the outcome we were expecting, and just that game, I feel like helped to shape and build the culture that we established now. And so, just like you're saying, that game is going to be very much a game that we're going to be on our P's and Q's about, because the last time we were in that stadium, it was not the best feeling. Had to walk a shame out the stadium, the fans heckling us. It was very, very, very hostile environment. We felt it. They did not like us. They wanted to beat us and prove a point.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if there are any other NCAA teams that has 3 rivalries on their schedule. That's a good question for you, Sean. Do your homework.
Get right on it, man. To Gbenda's point, and Peter, I have family in Arkansas. They've been in the Fayetteville area their entire lives, and they went to the University of Arkansas. So 3 years ago, when you guys went up there, I said, all right, I'll go. And they said that you got to wear, their season ticket holders, you got to wear a white shirt, because each section, if you remember, is like alternating colors. I said, I'm not wearing white. I'm wearing burnt orange. And I'm not spending all this money to go fit in with you guys. Fly up there, and wow, I have never been abused so badly in my life. Went to at the urinal in the men's room, the restroom. A guy with a mullet, the stereotype. I was like, I'll leave it there. Then beer thrown everywhere. I mean, they hate Texas. They hate it. Everything about us. in the state of Texas.
Yeah.
But yet, a third of them are from Texas. Yeah, that's. I think you guys know it. I think every SEC opponent's going to feel that way about Texas.
For sure.
Oh my God. So, if there's a message to the Longhorn fans that you guys would love to pass along, that I know everyone's riding a high after the great season you guys had last year. There's a lot of good feelings. You guys mentioned everyone's smiling, everyone's happy. I'm now a season ticket holder for the first time in my life.
Congrats.
Man, that's a good feeling. What would you guys like to tell? Because you guys everyone has these rumors that they think they know what's going on, but what's a big message, that you guys can collaborate on to tell the Longhorn fans to get them from point A here in June to kickoff in late August?
Man, I just honestly want to tell the Longhorn Nation that we've been working hard and diligently, and we're just not the old Texas. We're establishing a new standard under Coach Sark, and we're here to stay. That's what we're working towards, and that's what the right we're trying to earn right now. And that the SEC is just another league that is, it's big competition, but that's what you come to Texas for, man. Yeah. We're trying to reestablish that old Texas fight. That's basically it. We're here to stay. Last year wasn't a fluke.
What do you see, Pete?
Yeah, I'd say as being David's roommate, I could definitely say the boys are dialed and they're ready to go. And then they're just one step away from the national championship. So I definitely know that they're holding that in their hearts and they're using that as motivation. And I have no doubt. I went to a couple of spring practices, so I have no doubt they're going to be great. And they got some new ammo with new freshmen. And I think another guy I think will be great for the team is Wingo. I got to watch him in the spring game, and he actually helped me last weekend too. I think he's a great guy. And guys like that starts recruiting is only going to just benefit the team, and they're going to be able to beat all three rivals. I believe in those boys, and they're going to kill OU, and they're going to kill A&M, they're going to kill Arkansas, and they can all be happy and great. And hopefully these boys make it to the SEC championship, and then they win the chip, and then they go natty. I believe in these guys. If they can beat all these big guys like last year, there's no doubt in my mind they can do it again.
Yeah. Stevie, what do you think? I see that thought bubble. I just can't tell what it says.
No, man, I've drank the Kool-Aid, man. I'm all in now. Whenever we got I played for Coach Brown, guys. So, he got a special place in my heart. But, I saw when Coach Strong came in, I was all in with him. Unfortunately, we can't lose to Kansas, right?
Yeah.
And so that happened. So, we made a change and we get what was his name?
Herman.
Tom Herman came in. And then, there was ups and downs. We were losing games we were supposed to win and winning games we were supposed to lose. I don't know. So then we make a change and I was all in. I mean, I called. I didn't call his number. I called that we should hire Sharp before we even made the change, right? And I said, "There's got to be somebody else that's next up, like Nick Saban was. Somebody's going to be next up, and who better than a guy that's been on Nick Saban's staff and know how to run an offense, and know how to put." A running back and a quarterback in the right position. And that was our biggest, downfall back then. Our offense, really. For me, it was. I don't know about you, Sean, but for me, it was the offense. Our defense always been great. I love defense, So, but so when he got here and he started to implement things and I started to see his style, I have been all in ever since, man. So I'm excited as a fan now and alumni. I'm excited that these guys are dialed in. I am good friends with Torrey Beckton, and I love the way he is dialed in. Know this, man. He talks about you guys without y'all around or anything like that. So he likes that you guys are dialed in. I like the way he got y'all dialed in, and I see bright lights in the future of Texas football. I mean, it's on a upward trajectory, and I like the mindset that you players have too. It reminds me back when I played. It was, and you said it earlier in this interview. You said, David, I think you said player-led team.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say that? That was you?
Yes. Peter. He alluded to that. We're more player-led.
Yes, player-led. We were very player-led back then. You know, my big brother was Casey Hampton, and then there was Sean Rogers played next to him. Hodges Mitchell was a leader on the team. You know, Chris Sims and Major Applewhite, all those guys were leaders and taught us how to be leaders, you know, coming up. So for a while, we had lost that. We had lost leadership on the team. And now, you know, last year, I thought that Bijan was a great leader for you guys. Or was it the year before last? Last year.
Before last.
Year before last, yeah. Bijan was a great leader. I want Ewers to be more vocal, you know what I mean? But but the defense, there were always vocal guys on the defense that was getting the guys to come along and things like that. So, and I saw it in practice too, getting on each other. When I knew that we were going to be great again, no pun intended, was I went to practice and you guys were getting after each other in practice. And I was like, that's what we used to do. You know how many times I punched Jay Hills in the head? You know what I'm saying? Not Jay Hills, Tony Hills, his brother. So you remember how many? I don't know how many times I punched him in the head, just going at it, you know. But we were brothers fighting for a bigger cause, and I saw that when Shark first got to Texas. When I went out to a couple practices, and I said, okay, these guys are fighting for something else, bigger than themselves, and it's not, you know, just kind of playing handsies with each other in practice. Y'all are really going after each other in practice. So I'm really impressed with that. And that's going to take you from where we were last year, unfortunate loss against Washington, to going back to that game and killing whomever is the opponent then now. So it's just on an upward trajectory, and I'm excited for it.
Sure.
Hey, before we take a quick break, you guys have any man cave worthy type story that maybe you two were involved with and that is just as comical now as it was when it happened?
I'll go first. My freshman year, I had bad luck with scooters. So, my freshman year, I was going down the hill near Sanjak, and I fell, and then it like tailed with my ankle, and I cut deep into my ankle, and I hurt it, and I had to go like to like the doctors for the school, and they fixed me up or whatever. And so then like I'd say like a couple months later, I was drunk and I went to a frat party, and then I left, and then I was like one of the last people to leave, and I was telling myself, I think I should get an Uber. And then I saw scooters, like, actually, never mind, I'm just gonna take the scooter. So then I was going down the scooter really fast, and then actually I just face put on the ground, and I just like snapped out of my drunk, and I was just like, holy crap. And so then I pretty much I ended up breaking my wrist, and I had a game the next day. This is when I was not traveling, so I had a game the next day. That my lie to the coaches was that I punched a wall in an Italian restaurant because somebody hit me in the face with a door, and nobody bought it, honestly. My teammates all thought I got jumped by frat guys because my face was so messed up. They all like, oh, Pete went to that Friday party and got beat up. I was like, nah, bro, that's not what happened. And yeah, that's just a little story that happened, and somehow it got on Orange Bloods. One of my best friend's dad, who got me into like pretty much liking ET, he texted me. He's like, "Why do you have a boot on in the traditional or the nutrition center where we ate?" I was like, "How'd you even know that?" I didn't even tell him anything. He just knew that, and I was like, "That's crazy." And so I guess he got an Orange Bloods that had a boot on in the nutrition center. But that's a story that David knows, and some of my teammates know, but I don't think everyone knows like the true story what happened. I got the team banned from scooters that year, so everyone could not ride them. That's
no question.
Yeah.
I had to walk in the summer in the heat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I've never gone to scooter ever since. I'm traumatized from them, so I stay away.
Between you and then former baseball player David Hamilton, I will probably not get on a scooter after he tore his Achilles tendon.
Oh, I heard about that. That's
I'm
what
not going to do
told
it.
me.
Not
Yeah,
doing
I heard about that story. Somebody told me that. I was like, oh my god.
I'll tell you guys my scooter story. I'll tell y'all my scooter story over dinner. So we'll hold off for that one.
Okay.
Oh man. I said, man, I have another scooter story. So whenever Peter was sick and he called me at like 11 or 12 or whatever. And we had workouts the next day. He was like, bro, like I'm so hungry. Can you please like give me some food? So like me being a good friend, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Like you're not feeling too well, I'll go get it for you. I just go to Wendy's and Jester, get him like a quick 4 for 4. It's easy, cheap, call it a day. I like him too. Got him a little shake. I remember that same hill he's going down. I didn't think too much of it, but I had the milkshake in my hand. This is at night, by the way. So I'm trying to get to Sand Jack. And then I go down that same hill. And I was so scared from Peter's story. So in my head, as I'm going down, I'm freaking out, trying to maintain control. Like I don't want to I don't want to fall on my face. I don't want to injure myself too badly. And the milkshake just it was either me or the milkshake, and I'm not gonna lie, I had to sacrifice the milkshake. I sacrificed the milkshake, almost lost my life, and I was so scared. I just picked up the remaining of it, threw it away, and I scooted up, acted like nothing happened, just played it off cool and smooth, went in his room. I was like, here you go, bro. Oh yeah, I'm sorry about your milkshake. Almost lost my life. He goes, what? And then he come to find out he didn't even eat all the food. But yeah, he got mad about it too. He was like, "Where's my drink?" And I said, "Bro, I almost lost my life. I went down that hill." I said, "Okay." Long story short, he didn't even eat the food. Had to go to the hospital right after that. But hey, anything for my guy.
Funny.
Anything for my guy.
That's good stuff,
You guy. Look at this. This is at Dirty's. You guys have probably been there. Pure troll job, hilarious. When Jimbo Fisher was hired at A&M, he's no longer the head coach. I think it was a Aggie former student made this 2020 national championship trophy, and Dirty's has it now. Look at that boy right there.
Oh, that's funny.
That jinxed the program, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. Hey, let's take a quick break. Second segment's going to move like this. And this is, you get to see Stevie Lee in his acting debut. I think your second commercial.
I guess.
For Hargrove Roofing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, I'm a great actor. So,
yeah. This is 5-star acting talent.
Here at Hargrove Roofing, we try to think outside the box to kind of get the creative juices flowing. So I brought in my friend Stevie Lee, former defensive tackle for the Texas Longhorns. He's going to help the team strategize, really motivate them, light a fire.
This guy's going to block down. This guy's going to block down. You put your butt into the guard, and that way my Mike linebacker gets free to do what?
Not only are they going to learn a thing or two, but they're going to also leave with a great attitude and a bunch of smiles on their faces.
I'm sorry, what does this have to do with roofing exactly?
Get out.
Right now.
I said get out.
For me, that's what it's all about. It's just having fun, making our employees have a great time. Hargrove Roofing, know who's on your roof.
Look at that, man. That was one of my favorite plays next to Stevie Lee's acting. I call it the Gbenda hustle play at Alabama. Yeah, I'm just going to admit it. I acted like an 8-year-old kid when you made that play, because not only did you stuff that guard, I mean, he had a good block. It's when our coaches used to always say, keep your feet moving. You did it. Dude, I was fired up that play. I think that
was textbook, man. I think college coaches around the country shows that film to how to do it.
Yeah.
Stay on your feet. Stay on your feet. Put that man's head in the ground, and stay on your feet. Get up and keep after the play, man. That was a great play. I was giddy after that play too, man. So that's all.
Thank you.
You were there. I mean, there's pictorial proof that you were there. How did you react when you saw that sack?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the stands with his dad, and I just saw David get chop blocked, and then he got the sack, and I was like, I told his dad, "Yo, David got the sack," and he started freaking out. He's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" It was crazy, bro, because I saw David just get chopped, and I was just like kept watching. I was like, "Well, he just got chopped," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And he made the play, so it was just wild, and I was really hyped, man. That was really awesome.
The stadium got quiet quickly.
Yeah.
Hey, for the second time in 3 years, Texas and OU played in the Women's College World Series National Championship Series. And for the second time in 3 years, man, OU does OU things in softball. And this was the young Longhorns afterwards.
To play in this environment, I know on our end, it's loud, it's a lot of noise, and it can seem like a hostile environment. And for them, they have a lot of momentum and a lot of fans on their side. But it's not just that. Like, they've been in this position before, and they know how to conduct themselves in big moments and big games. And I mean, they've done it 4 times in a row, so they know how to conduct themselves when it comes to a championship series.
Sometimes the environment can be overwhelming sometimes, and I try not to let it overtake me, but I don't know, just sometimes they just pass the bat, they execute on mistakes, and that's it.
We continued to fight, and I mean, we showed our Texas fight the whole entire year. We worked our way to #1 for a reason. We'll be back here again.
So it leads me to ask you guys this. You guys go to school with these young ladies. I mean, they've got a great program. How close do y'all think they are to catching up with OU?
I feel like they're very close. They work very hard, and they were led by Alyssa Washington, who did great things for the team. But they seem like a very tight-knit group of girls, and that I feel like the work they've been putting in, and then the way they've been able to reload with the young talent they've had, and for them to show up and show out like they did this year, I was very proud of them and very excited to see them get so close to the gold. And then for them to have the OU matchup, I was very excited for that matchup, man. It was very good. But I know that team of girls, they work very hard. They're very driven, and they're led by a great group of veterans like Mia, Alyssa Washington, and others. But I just know that they're very close. And I feel like they will bring home the gold this upcoming season.
What do you think, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I do not watch that much softball, but I did watch last year when they played OU. They were very close last year. I mean, I think at least they're getting in there, and they're getting the national championship. I feel like that experience itself could speak for itself, and they'll hopefully get far, or they'll hopefully win next year, use this as motivation, just like for the football team, use this as motivation to be OU. And all that, the hatred can take you a long place. So I feel like the more like these like hard times with the OU, I feel like these times will help them next year, and hopefully they can bring the chip down to Austin. So I'm wishing the best for the team, and I know some girls there, so yeah.
Hey man, tell me something good.
Man, this is how we do it. Tell me something good. We're going to go around the horn. We'll go David, Stevie Lee, and the Peter Mpagi. Tell me something good, my brothers.
Man, something good is just I'm very excited and glad to be a part of this amazing podcast. And I was excited to meet you, Sean, and you too, Mr. Steve. And I'm just excited that I was able to just display my message to Longhorn Nation and just let the world know that what we're capable of. And I'm also grateful for life. Now, every day, what Peter showed me and taught me throughout my college experience is that not every day is going to be given to you. So, you got to really use it and use it to the best of your ability and help others, not just worry about yourself. Because with Peter going through that situation, he was always there for me with my situation, my personal issues that I had. And it really showed me that if Peter was capable of being in literally having a catheter, a catheter in his private parts and tubes in his stomach, blood coming out of his mouth and stuff like that. Just this is all just to show how tough he is, but it's just the real severity of the situation. At that point in time, it gave me hope and strength to really understand that the God I serve is real and that whatever I have going on in life, I can get through it, because if my best friend was able to get through that situation, I can get through anything I can get through. So never give up and always keep going to strive to be the best.
Man, that's absolutely, man. That's awesome. Wow. Man, that's really good. I want to piggyback off of that, man. Well, first of all, thank you both for being on. This is something really good for you, having both of you guys on. And what's really good to me is I see within you guys that there are some good kids that are still at the University of Texas upholding the legacy of the University of Texas. So I really appreciate that. The other part is Mpagi, man, you're an inspiration, right? So like I think I told you earlier that, you know, I lost my nephew through cardiomyopathy. He had a heart at 9, and at 19 that heart gave out on him, and he ended up passing away. But you know, technology was different back then and things like that. So you are an inspiration. I do understand that I don't understand, and I've never been through it, but I've seen that whole transplant process and things like that, and it's scary. But when that doctor comes out to tell your family, I know your family was happy when they say that everything is okay and we got the first heartbeat of your new heart and things like that. That was a huge relief for us, knowing that my nephew Dakota was going to be around for longer with us, you know. So I am looking forward to talking to his mom about this, my sister-in-law. Man, but really, you are an inspiration. That's something good that people need to take away from this, that you are a living testimony, and know that you know, because you're still here, there's something else that you got to be doing. You know, there's something else you're here for. So continue to, hopefully I can encourage you to just keep going. And football is little. This is little. Yeah. You know, I played football and I love football and it got me great things. But hindsight's 2020, and it's way behind me now. But it's little. Football was just little. It got me to meet Sean. It got me to meet all my other friends, and got me to right here to talking to you guys right now. And this is really special for me. So that's something good for me, for the world, that you are still here, and you have a bigger calling on your life, and I can't wait to see it, man. The future is bright for both of you guys. So,
Thank you so much.
That's my something good around here right now.
Man, it's getting better with each one.
Sure.
A lot of pressure building up to that last one.
Is it my turn or your turn, Sean?
It's your turn.
Okay, yeah, I was saying something good. This past weekend, I was able to throw a second annual UT player-led football camp, and we were able to smash our goal of last year. We raised $6,000. This year, we raised about $9,000. We were at $8,500.
Wow!
So that's another great thing I did this weekend. So I'm very happy about that. A lot of smiling kids, and I want to shout out the guys. We had Arch, Connor, Roshan, Morrow, Justice, Ben Ballard, Jalen Gillibo, and we had Ryan Wingo out there. DeAndre Moore couldn't make it, but he made sure to tell me, hey, bro, I'm not going to leave you out to dry, and I'm going to send Ryan your way. And I really appreciate them. I really appreciate them for that, and I appreciate Jake Majors as well. Those guys coming out, showing out for the community of Austin. And every female volunteer that helped me out, I want to shout out Sherry Artaza, Lexi Kingston, Charlie, and Jada. I want to thank them for helping me out with all the little stuff of signing in and all that. And I want to shout out Vantage Sports. They helped sponsor that camp, and Patrick Johnson helped me put a good camp together for the kids. And I'm happy that the kids had fun and they're able to meet the guys they look up to. And I'm happy that the guys were able to, help me out do this again. The first time, it was kind of hectic. I didn't think I was able to do it, but the second time, for sure, was laid back. So I'm happy that I was able to raise that much amount of money for hard research, and I want to thank my mom for giving me inspiration to do that. So yeah, that's something good I have to say. So yeah, I'm very blessed and thankful to be in this position to do that.
Man, that is great. And I'll end with this. It's going to be short. And I'm all about picks. But if it wasn't for the nonprofit partnership for children, I don't know if we all would be here right now together in this podcast. I knew both of you were solid humans from afar. You guys, the thing that I love about you guys and probably so many others in college athletics, specifically the Longhorns, you guys know where you came from. You're grounded. You know the world is bigger than you, and some of us it takes a little bit longer to realize that. But I know we've mentioned how inspiring both of you are, but I can speak for Stevie on this one, man. You guys inspired us to not just be better, but just to do more in life and really with our faith, whatnot, because it's all important. It's all a part of living that good life. And realizing that, you know what, the problems that we think we have, they're not as bad as you think they are.
Yeah.
And that's my tell me something good.
That's awesome, man. That was a good pick, bro. That also reiterated how small you are, Sean. Damn, man. Golly, those dudes are huge.
This is big fellas, big fellas. Oh my God, yeah. Hey, my growth was stunted in the 8th grade. I was this high in the 8th grade. I got wider. That's bad.
You started smoking in the 8th grade. That's what happened, man.
That's what happened.
Stunted your growth.
I blame my father for putting me on the bench press in 5th grade. That's it. It wasn't genetics. It was that dumbass bench press.
Yeah, man.
Gentlemen,
awesome.
It is my pleasure. You guys are now VIP alumni for life of Stories Inside the Man Cave. Anything we can do for you guys, let us know. Seriously.
Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all.
I really do.
And we wish.
I
Peter,
appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah. And David, Peter, we wish you guys, the Longhorn family, a phenomenal first season in the SEC. It's going to be fun. I think it's great for the state of Texas. We're going to see A&M, Texas go back to seeing each other. It's going to be a fun ride. And, man, we are deeply appreciative of you both. And Stevie, too. He's a fine American always.
Yes, sir.
Hey, for Gbenda, for Mpagi, and the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, and the Coach Mo, what do we tell them, Stevie Lee?
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.
I said